Hey everyone, this is Devon Joshi. I'm with the Stars Leadership Corps at Winthrop University, and here's a quick video to help you learn a little bit about how to set up your folders and files inside your BirdNest account. Okay, so up to this point, we have gone through, created our BirdNest website, and we've talked about how to log on using Expression Web. Okay, so now you're ready to get started. Now, as you can see, I already have things on mine because I'm using it actively for some of the classes that I teach. But you shouldn't really worry too much. You should have some basic things that you can see and some things that you may or may not see. Okay, one thing that you should see already is the default.html. That's your home page. So that's the page that when you go to www.birdnest.org / your username, that's the page you get. Okay, so you know that you can go through and you can start editing this page. So what I did is I just double clicked on that, and you can see that I already have a ton of stuff. Okay, yours will probably just, when you double click on it, will have italicized line and a white background. But at any rate, notice a few things. Everything inside Expression Web, everything on your BirdNest account is, I like to think of a big set of folders, a big old file cabinet. And your website is essentially your file cabinet on the web. Okay, we use web pages as well. Every web page is essentially a file too, but they are purpose-built files that contain information that we want to share with other people. So as you go through and so you start coding up your home page, you're going to put things like your name, pictures, background colors, things that you want to show people. But it's always a good idea, I think, to keep everything organized, and that's kind of what I've done here. So you see over on the left-hand side, you have what's called your folder list. Okay, and I have other folders inside my big folder. So my whole URL is one big folder. That's how I think about it. And inside that folder are other folders. Now I have something called databases, courses, documents, images, on and on and on. Okay, and you can add them to keep things organized. So for here, I have a folder called courses, and inside are A, B, C, P. Those are the 4 courses that I teach. So I used it to hold all my files. Okay, and let's see how this actually translates over on the browser. Alright, so I'm going to open up Google Chrome. That's just a browser I like to use, but you can open up any web browser. And I'm going to type in my URL. Okay, I'm going to go to courses, and I'm going to go to A. Okay, and so now we're on my main page for my CSCI 101A class. Okay, I want you to notice something though. Remember how we talked about your website being one big folder? Okay, well, you can actually see that the URL is representative of that structure. It's representative of that folder path. And so I'm going to put this window over here to the side, and hopefully we'll be able to see it a little easier. Okay, so here's my main folder, birdnest.org / joshid2, and then inside that folder was another folder called courses. Oh, well, look at that. Here's the folder courses. Inside courses was a folder called A. There's A. And then inside A is a file called amain.html, and that's where we are. And so that is really supposed to just, well, really illustrate how the folders work and how then you can link other pages, which is something we'll talk about later on. Okay, so let me go ahead and get Expression Web maximized again. Okay, and so again, the reason we do this is to keep things organized. We can easily add files to this folder structure. So let me show you how to do that. Let's say I have a file called LOL. This is a file called lol.html. I don't know what I was up to, but there it is. Okay, and so I can really easily just drag and drop that into a folder. And it takes a second because it's actually having to upload. Double click. And I can open it up. Now I don't know what the code is, I don't even know what this was for, but there you go. You can add files, you can add images, things like that. Okay, and I have some images here as well. So just kind of a recap, we like folders because they keep things really nice and organized. They make it easy for us to add lots of images, to add lots of pages, and then not get anything lost. So that's something that you may want to start doing when you when you begin writing your pages is to go ahead with a plan. Keep everything nice and organized, and that way you'll know. Maybe you'll have a folder for your CSS. Maybe you'll have a folder for each one of your sub pages. It's up to you, but as long as you keep it organized, you'll be successful.